Dick, you'll lead us?
My nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call,
Here.
Luther?
She is online.
Is she? Okay.
That's her.
Having trouble hearing the township.
Better?
Yeah, you might need to speak up.
All right. Is it Tyson?
That's right. Thank you. Yes.
Very good. And me. Any changes to the agenda? I guess Osling is now removed, and so, but don't go far.
You did this first spot in the audience.
All right. Any other changes to the agenda, anyone? All right. If not, we'll move on. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda as it stands.
Also move.
Second.
Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, aye. And I can't see the screen, so. Anybody? I know we're still having trouble. They can't. Okay, thank you. That's true. All right. And I feel there were sheets on the right-hand side for the minutes, and if you'll take a look at those, anybody in the audience, you can pick those up. And but I want to back up 1 second. I also want to thank Jim Osling for all that you have done to get this up and running, and tireless, endless efforts to make this possible. So thank you. And the minutes. Board, if you'll take a quick look. And if you're in agreement to approve the minutes, then if I could entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right. There were no subcommittee reports from last month. We'll move forward this month. They are.
Get Nan.
I'm sorry.
Did we go?
Oh, please. Thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Of-
Aye.
Thank you. Aye. So the next subcommittee report will be due by the end of the month, and any other reports that are available from the work groups and so on, if that also could be submitted, in the near future, that'd be great. All right, next item, public comment. And anybody at this time would like to interject? Anybody online? Nope. Okay. Then we'll move on to old business and Eagle grant update. And I thought is Catherine on? Okay.
Yep, I'm here.
And would you like to speak to that?
Well, it was so I'm on the finance committee, and we worked with the various other committees to determine what their needs were, and tried to fit those needs to what the priorities were that Eagle had for this non-point source grant. And so we submitted a proposal on December 10th and we asked for the maximum you could ask for, which was $40,000. They are giving out a total of $600,000 across the state. And we asked for funds to support communications and also some IT data work that would be associated with some of the septic remediation that would be on the horizon once we get some more information about what that looks like. And I'm trying to think what else. We should hear early spring, and then the funds would probably be available in the fall after the start of the state fiscal year. In developing the proposal, we worked closely with the staff at Eagle, particularly Teresa Salvita, who is in Gaylord. And they were very, very helpful and helped us, made some suggestions so that we could put together the most compelling proposal.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I have a quick question. Is this an all or nothing grant, or is it, could we see partial if they deem that we don't approve, or they don't approve of all of it?
That's a good question. I think we could get part of it. We were not discouraged from asking for the full amount.
Okay, thank you.
They said that was permissible. So I know that GLUA previously applied for this a similar grant and asked for 40,000 and got $40,000.
Any other questions for Catherine? Very good.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
moving on to the septic ordinance draft, Jim, if you would give us your update.
We've been talking to you about this is coming, and well, finally here it is. The septic committee. The septic committee has met regarding this ordinance since about last March or April, off and on. We started off with discussing how we thought we wanted to go about taking a look at this ordinance or proposed ordinance. And one of the ideas was to come up with the attributes, the things we wanted to be sure that got into the ordinance. And so the committee came back with a whole list of things that they thought were important. And these 50 some attributes were then written into a sample draft, which actually was another ordinance that we started with for a boilerplate and then entered in these changes. And we've had discussions back and forth twice a month since then, or 3 times a month in some cases. I think the committee's about 10 people, and everybody has had good input into it. And we the last month or so, we got down to some of the finer details and had some discussions that held us up a little bit until we got a little more information on it. So I think now that the draft that you've got there or the document that you've got in front of you should be a transmittal letter that gets it over to you, that lets you take it from here. And then there's a little bit of background about some of the ideas that we're looking at, some of the things that are going to be incorporated into the procedures and policies piece of the ordinance itself. Those aren't all fleshed out yet. They're things that we're working on, but they're not ready to send. But the ordinance itself is the piece that we need to get and make sure that we were on the right track with the rest of the stakeholders that are out there, being the steering committee for starters, gets a look at it. This would be up to you to handle how you want, but I would suspect you're probably going to want to take a look at it for a couple of weeks and then maybe at your next meeting or a special meeting, decide what you want to do with it from there. Any questions that you've got regarding the ordinance can, come back through me and I'll run them back up through the committee, either at one of our regular meetings or we can do it via email or whatever. So that but if you see something in that ordinance that you think is contrary to what the Health of Higgins Lake is all about and the Health of Higgins Lake Initiative is all about, then let me know and we'll talk about them. But from there, you would then send this up to once you're in agreement that is okay, you would send it up to the township board, and the township board would then get it on their agenda to have a look at, and likely won't spend a lot of time with it to start with, would be my guess, but they will certainly review it and see that it indeed fits with the policies of the township and it's something they want to move forward with. And if so, they'll forward it to the township's planning commission, who will then spend much more time with it and make sure that it's written in the way that complies with the rest of the ordinances in the township and matches up with the master plan and fits in their perspective of going forward. So, and then once they're done with it, it comes back to the township board for a final disposition. Either all's well and they have the public hearings that are required and we move forward with it, or they send it back to the planning commission or back to they'll decide from there where they want to go with it. So this is a draft. It's identified as a draft, a watermark. So keep that in mind. Once again, it's been a long time getting to this point, but there's been a lot of spirited discussion about it. And while there are still certainly some places that we're going to have to add more meat to it with regard to the actual nuts and bolts of how it's going to be implemented. But I think you get the gist of it in what's there. So
Very good.
So
Do you foresee any conflicts of us reconvening on the 3rd of February, the first Tuesday of the month? Anybody?
not from me.
I mean, as far as the township is concerned or other meetings,
Township board meets that first Thursday for a work session, which is maybe I don't have my calendar right here, but
the
what's
5th.
the 5th, yeah.
Yeah.
And then the township board, which would be good if we could get it. If we had your comments by then, we would spend time, we'd get it on the agenda and spend time. If you had stuff we wanted to work on and get it started at that work session. And then from there, it'll go to the regular board meeting the following Tuesday.
Very good.
And then,
Okay, so 7 o'clock on February the 3rd.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll be in contact with the township and get that in order.
And what are your intentions for that date?
That it would be reviewed thoroughly, come back with your comments. If
And-
we have any suggestions for
Okay.
modifications, we'd bring those back. But otherwise, if everything
that
you
would,
know,
7?
is good, right, at 7 p.m. Very good, thank you.
would that be a
Sure.
special meeting for the
Special meeting.
special meeting? Okay. All right.
Question?
Yes,
This is June. I saw that Jim handed out a physical copy draft. Is there a digital copy available? It may have come through and I didn't see it.
Was that?
it's June.
June.
I sent out an hour ago.
Uh,
I sent it out unless I messed it up, which is very possible, but it would have gone to the steering committee and to the chair, the heads of the committees, chair people, and to the septic committee. So it should have come. And if not, somebody's going to let me know in a little minute if they don't see it. I'll get it out yet tonight or first thing in the morning.
see it, but
Okay. It's probably sitting on my computer ready to go then. That's what I'd be my guess.
And your computer kind of got,
Yeah, well, actually I got it back. I might be able to get it done here yet tonight then. So
okay. Thank you.
anything else?
Not,
Thank you.
not to my awareness.
Julie, yeah. You got an email? Yeah.
You did?
Well, I'll make sure that it got to everybody, like I said.
Okay.
Must have missed somebody.
Yeah, I don't show that I have received it.
Nor I. What time?
What time?
Yeah.
I don't have anything. I don't have it. Oh, wait a minute. Nope. Ended up in the junk
Okay.
mail drawer.
Well, Jim will make sure that that gets forwarded to all of us in short order. Thanks, June, for the question. Moving down to subcommittee reports. Brad, would you like to give us an update in regard to the overall and maybe the work groups, please?
Yes, I don't have a whole lot to report this month. We have our first in-person meeting in a few months tomorrow at 3 o'clock. So we have been, as I said last month, the subcommittees have been in the work mode. Some are advancing quicker than others, but I know at least a couple of subcommittees are ready to at least submit what they've got so far. I mean, everyone's going to tell us how far they are, but two of them I think are going to have something significant to go over tomorrow. So once I have that, you'll have my report the last week of the month, and be more to share then.
Very good. All right. Thanks, Brad. Next up, Sue Gelderman.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Now I'm not muted. Okay, the Communications Committee. We didn't do any, I mean, we took some time off too over the holidays, but as far as emails, we're up to 270 individuals plus the 48 members. Our committee reflections didn't go out January 1st. It's going to go out closer to February 1st. Because there was no committee report for December. And then we have the ripple effect ready to go for middle of February, which is an overview of the science committee. Is Marty Barta there? She's going to give an overview of the Facebook.
Yep, I'm here.
Okay, and then I'll finish up afterwards.
Marty, before I forget, for some reason, Julie hasn't received the agenda for tonight. If you have a copy, can you? Thanks.
Yep, I can do that. Good evening and Happy New Year, everybody. So I think that Jenny probably gave you several pages of some comments that have been made on our Facebook page. And one of the things that we did when we transferred the Facebook page over to Garish Township's Facebook page was Jim and Brian and Jenny kind of all wanted to keep a pulse on what are people thinking, what are people responding to, and how can we respond to them. So you'll see, and I don't know if any of you have actually gone to the Facebook page, but by going to our Facebook page, you might actually be able to make more heads or tails out of some of this than than this. But so when I would make a post, then when comments would come up, I would just copy and paste them into a document, and in order to give you all some idea of what are some of the things that are coming to people's attention. I think you probably either just got it today or maybe yesterday, but you probably haven't had a chance to peruse it real carefully. The communications committee is going to meet next Monday again. And what we are going to do is try to come up with some guidance for me and others who might be able to access our Facebook page. How do we respond to some of the comments, and how do we want to make people feel like they're heard. We want to make people feel like their comments and questions are worthy of consideration for us. And at what point in time do we get back with them? What are some of the legitimate answers that we can give to people? And so we're kind of working through some of that. There are some people who are frequent flyers on the comment side of the Facebook page, and there are others who are, when something sparks them, they will ask a question or make a comment. So this could be some really good reading for 11 o'clock at night, and by 11:02 you'll probably be asleep. Any questions from anybody?
Some of the areas were in regard to septic, the purple dots, well distances, site evaluation, subdivision rules, Treasure Island, Flynn Island, and septic, and we can't address that until that's to be determined as the progress takes place. Master plan, we would refer them to the Garish Township. STR refer to Garish Township. Septic inspections, that's in progress. Road ends in regard to salt. So those are some of the touch points that relate to our efforts.
Right. And I think that at the point in time when either the science committee or the road end committee or whichever committee actually has some answers to some of these questions because they've gotten to that point, then I think that warrants a new post on the Facebook page in order to maybe explain that a little bit.
This first post says, well, then make it for everybody to see, but it's not a total completed document yet. So
Right. And it's, Central Michigan District Health Department is going to have controls over how much of the purple dot program people are going to be able to see. So that's out of our hands. And I know that, there have been some people who are working on and getting, I think, closer to being able to share that information with, you can't share people's names, but we can
Right.
certainly share some indications and give some people some ideas of how prevalent it is that either there are historical records for properties or there are
Aren't.
not historical records. So yeah, you're exactly right. So any other questions? Well, on the specific question having to do with Treasure Island and whether Treasure Island has had their septic tanks pumped, that the bottom of that first page was a response from the Health of Higgins Lake Facebook administrator who, and basically it's like Treasure Island will be treated like all the other, when we get to that point, it'll get treated like all the other properties. Anybody else? Okay, very good. Let me
Thank
know. And if
Thanks,
you have
Marty.
any
Thanks, Sue.
questions, suggestions.
Well, I'm not
or
done.
corrections, let me know.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, thanks, Marty.
Yep.
The other thing the communications committee has also determined is that we're going to reach out and start doing Instagram as well as Facebook. I think they're somewhat tied. Some of the posts will go over, but we're looking into trying to get an Instagram account as well. We're also, as far as outreaches, we're in process of trying to get to the Winterfest and trying to have a banner and some people there. If we can get approval from the fire chief over in Lyon Township, we're waiting for that approval. And then the other thing, our big activity at this point is we have gone over the list of associations around the lake, and we have all taken some different assignments, and we're looking for both the person to contact and when they have their annual meeting. And our intent is to attend as many of these annual meetings as we can attend with handouts and cards, and maybe give a little bit of a presentation on what Health of Higgins Lake is all about and gather more emails. Um, yeah, I think that's pretty much what we've been doing.
And so far, we're finding many of the annual meetings are on the 4th of July weekend.
Yes, we
Anybody,
are.
anybody want to volunteer? So there were a lot.
Yeah, we will probably be tapping on people's shoulders to ask if they can help us attend to some of these. Some of our subcommittee people or board members that are going to be around can go and attend and hand out. But that's down the road. Right now, we're just trying to get a good list of where we're going to go.
And we're still in process of being able to attend Winterfest.
And we're still in that process, waiting for approval. We're also looking for another member since we lost Jenny, who was amazing. And now you guys stole her. We are looking for more members. So if anybody wants to be part of the communications committee that you know of, that have them reach out to us, please. Thank you.
Thank you, Sue. Is Ed on?
I think he's at Disney World.
I know. All right, moving on. Roads. Anybody here for roads? Okay, I will contact them individually. Jim, anything else to add about septic?
No, I don't think so. We've been focused on that. Getting this ordinance ready for you, and that's all I've got with regard to the septic.
Very good. All right. In some other discussions, we tossed around the idea of just presenting short-term rental as a point of discussion in regard to how it impacts the HOHL mission. And some of the concerns might be septic systems or something like that, and those are in process, and some of the science committees, the work groups and so on are exploring like the groundwater or something like that. Anybody have any other environmental concerns that we could pass on to board or down or?
Well, certainly certain weekends a year, it has an effect on a lot of things. Septics, the 4th of July, Memorial Day, the big weekends. Yeah. That type of ordinance.
Okay. I talked to one company and they use like vinegar for cleaning projects, so they're very environmentally conscious, but others may not. So anyways, if you have any other things that we're not seeing in this picture, then bring those to our attention. Next is public comments. Anybody online? Anybody? Okay. And announcements. Up here is yeah. And you can show them the back too. A product that has been produced by the Communications Committee, and Patty Dennis has connections to graphic artists and so on. And this was what was developed for the Communications Committee to be able to use out in the community. And we thought we'd open it up. The communications team thought we'd open it up to show other members of HOHL. And if you are interested in maybe having t-shirt made or sweatshirt or something like that, see me after the meeting. And next steering committee meeting will be obviously the special meeting on February 3rd. And then thereafter, it'll be the regular meeting on the 17th. And if you have agenda items, any members online, the timeline that was originally presented, the different subcommittees are taking a look at and to see how things may have changed, and will give feedback later this month. Governmental impacts, the legislation, things like that, if just as a idea that we might want to have a subgroup exploring that more. But I'm putting it out to the steering committee. If you have other ideas at this time for the next regular meeting, I'd entertain those at this moment.
I do. This is June Tyson. Having received a 4:30 email and missed because of technical difficulties, perhaps a 5:30 email. Could we perhaps set some sort of guidelines that documents that pertain to our meeting on a 7 o'clock Tuesday night be sent to us perhaps the day before so that we have time to review them as a steering committee so that we can come prepared to the meeting?
Right.
I know we were coming off of a holiday and times get busy, et cetera. But to do our jobs with, full knowledge of where
Correct.
we're at would be very helpful.
Correct. I totally support that. Moving forward, I, for one, will try to make sure that at least 48 hours, if not longer. So thanks, June.
Thank you, Jenny.
We also are in need of steering committee members. So if you know of anybody that would like to, we have two positions, and the application is on the table back there as well as on Garish Township's website. The other item that I have asked for updates from the committees are the committee matrix, which has identified all of the individuals who are volunteering for the various subgroups. And so that will also come in at the time of the timeline change. Anything else? Any other members? Jim,
It's June again. I just appreciate you stepping forward, Jenny. Thank you so much for leading this.
you're welcome. Jim,
I just wanted to say, thanks for my time there. I mean, I'm glad to participate in this for the last few months. And good luck to Jenny, but I'm only an email away or a phone call away for anything you need. And obviously I will remain as the interface between the steering committee and the board. So if there's anything there that I can help with, be sure you let me know. I'm certainly here to do whatever I can to help.
very good. Thank you, Jim. Anything else, anyone? Very good. I'd entertain a motion,
So
you too,
moved.
to adjourn the meeting and,
Second.
all right, 7:35.